Okay, so we weren't totally expecting that. The doctors came in today and told us that the C-section that was scheduled is actually being moved up. So I'm going home to pack because I need to be here at the hospital with Amanda. So I'm actually headed to the house to get packed up because baby is on the way. Yes! Which bag? That bag. All right, got everything packed, got everything in the car, kissed the kids goodnight, read them their bedtime story. They're with my mother-in-law, and I'm on my way to the hospital. Still really nervous about it though, even though this is like our fourth kid. Still really nerve-wracking bringing a whole nother child into the world thing. And plus, it's the reality of everything changing. Everything's going to change. That's the scariest part. Worry about getting enough sleep, because the babies our kids don't sleep for some reason. Our kids they choose to fast right out of the womb. Their chosen fast is sleeping. They fast from sleep. And so that's nerve-wracking. And then it's the whole everything's going to be so different. We had our system, we had everything figured out, and now we're introducing another child into the mix. How are we going to do it? Traveling full-time as evangelists, I'm thinking of things like, okay, we had the whole back area of our van for luggage, and now we're going to have another car seat in the back, and it's going to cut down on the luggage. How are we going to do this with luggage? All things, you figure out, because that's what families do. You figure it out. But it's the fear that everything is going to change. Oh yeah, check this out. Yeah, I told you in the last video, I hate carrying stuff. Travel full-time for a living and constantly packing, carrying things, airports, hotels. Yeah, I hate it. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Everything's gonna change. What having kids teaches you is that everything changes, and that's perfectly fine. I have told people, I've done several weddings for teenagers that I used to be a student pastor for. I tell them, say, God works in two phases. Phase one, marriage. You get married, and guess what? You give half of your life away, and that's okay. You're learning how to be a little bit more selfless by giving half of yourself away. Because what you're doing that for is it's the plan of God. He wants you to be more like Him. Then when you have kids, you give the other half of yourself away. And it's complete. Now you can either be bitter about that, or you can embrace it. And what a lot of people do is when they get married and have kids, they feel like they've lost their freedom, their liberties, their luxuries and all that stuff, and they get very upset about it. And we've got to be careful with that. Parenting and marriage is teaching us how to be more like Christ. It's teaching us to be more selfless, to serve people that are not our own. And my wife has taught me so much because I'm a man. I don't have a clue on how to be the bride of Christ. We're getting ready to bring another child into the world, and my wife is, sitting in a hospital for the past 4 weeks, showing us the church, showing us how to be who we are, all to hear this baby cry. Her body was designed to contract, to go through pain, to go through change, all for the sake of a baby. And things are going to change going forward. I hope you know what I'm talking about. Things are going to change. We were made for this. We're the body of Christ. We're the bride. We were made for this season. We were made for contractions. We were made for birthing. And it'll all be worth it when we hear that revival, that baby cry. I hope that you embrace this season. I hope that you don't blame anybody for the season. I hope that you just embrace that the Lord wanted something to be birthed, and He wanted something to come out of us, and He's trusting His bride to do what the body does. We're going to love more fiercely. We're going to have revival, and we're going to see souls brought into the kingdom. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.